living it today, but you don't know what tomorrow brings. This crazy world, people down in life every day. You read about it in the news, but you don't believe it. You won't know about it. And then man in the lamp black hole comes on your door. Cause first things meeting, I swear I'm living.
Hello and good morning. Thanks for joining me this afternoon. After all, it's afternoon. This is 12:35 p.m. Nigerian time. Today, we are going to talk about the issue of insecurity in Africa, not only in Nigeria. It seems that these people have a very serious agenda because as I speak to you, from the end of West Africa, including Burkina Faso, down to Chad Republic, this Islamic terrorists, they are terrorizing everywhere. And this thing is not a joke. When I mean it's not a joke, it's not a joke. These people are trooping from the whole four corners of the earth, coming into Africa to cause mayhem, to cause problems among people. So today I am saying something that all these African countries, they should adopt the pattern of Israel. Now, this video I'm making is not because I want to support Israel for what they are doing, or I want to support anybody, but Israel is a country that I have figured out that these people don't mess, or they don't romance terrorism. Anytime you fight them, anytime you come into their country to do anyhow, you see anyhow. And that is how it's supposed to be. The reason why I'm saying this is that most of African countries, including my country, Nigeria, the government are, working with the terrorists. Because of that, they find it difficult to combat it. They find it difficult to settle them. When you see that they want to negotiate with terrorists, who does that in this modern age? So these are the things I want us to look into. I have a link there in the comment section, in the chat box. If you want to join me in live, you can join me in live. Let's discuss this together. And there is still number there if you want to contribute through phone call during this section. You can do that as well. This Israel Prime Minister says something that I want everyone to listen. Let's start from there. Take a listen.
If someone comes to kill you, rise up and kill him first. The state of Israel killed yesterday Hassan Nasrallah, the arch murderer. We settled the score with the person who's responsible for the killing and assassination of so many Israelis and many people of other nationalities, including dozens of Americans and French people. He wasn't just another terrorist. He was the terrorist. He was the main engine of Iran's axis of evil. Him and his people were the architects of the plan to destroy and destruct Israel. He wasn't only operated by Iran. In many cases, he operated Iran. And this week, we reached the conclusion that the devastating blows leveled at Hezbollah by the IDF will not be enough. The elimination of Nasrallah is a necessary condition for the fulfillment of our goals, sending back the Israelis who live near the northern border to their homes and bringing to an equilibrium in the region for decades. Because as long as he's alive, he would have been able to rehabilitate quickly the capabilities of Hezbollah. So I gave the instruction, and Nasrallah is no longer with us. His killing brings closer the return of our people in the north to their homes, and also the return of the hostages from the south, because as Sinwar sees that Nasrallah won't come to his rescue, this increases the chances for our hostages going back. I'd like to thank the IDF, the Shin Bet, the Mossad, and the Intel Directorate for their wonderful achievements. Citizens of Israel, we have some great achievements, but we haven't completed the task at hand yet. We're going to be facing significant challenges over the next few days, and we're going to stand together and face them. Nasrallah called us spider webs, but instead of spider webs, he discovered tendons of steel of a united and powerful nation determined to safeguard its future. And not only did Nasrallah discover this, the entire Middle East discovered that. All those who oppose the axis of evil, all those who are languishing under the terrible tyranny of Iran and its proxies in Syria and Lebanon and so many other places, all these people today have new hope. And I'm saying to the citizens of those countries, Israel is standing with you. And to the Ayatollah regime, I wish to say, those who strike at us, we will strike back. There is no place in Iran nor in the Middle East where the long arm of Israel cannot reach. And today, you already know just how true that is. Citizens.
Yes. The most important thing I want you to copy from this, the Prime Minister of Israel's speech, when he came back from the United Nations conference, that is when he gave this speech yesterday. He said, if you strike us, we strike you back. If you throw bomb into Israel, we are going to retaliate. There is no room to romance terrorism. There is no room to keep quiet or begin to negotiate with terrorism. And this is what I want Africans to copy. This is what I want Nigeria to copy. African nations, including Nigeria, they have been, criticized, and they are fond of sponsoring terrorism against their people. Lebanon was a Christian country. How many of you know about that? Turkey was a Christian country. How many of you knows about that? Let me tell you, a lot of people don't still know how all these countries, wipe away everything about Christianity in that country. The purpose of this video is not about to discuss religion. It's not about to discuss who is right or who is wrong. But I'm saying that there is a radical terrorism that is sweeping West Africa, that the West African nations must copy Israel or they will perish. If they did not copy Israel, they are going to perish. There is no two ways about that. If anybody comes to you and want to mess you up, want to carry an act of terrorism, don't forgive such person, because these people will kill you and tomorrow they will call them repentant Boko Haram, repentant terrorists, repentant bandits. They will just go and surrender and the government will still equip them, give them money. And while they are still terrorists, terrorizing you, there have been all sort of indictment that these people have been still sponsored by the government. So there is no place for terrorism in every part of the world. Nigerian nations, African nations, especially Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, all these countries who are standing up to their right, who are standing up to their responsibility, I think it is very important. It's an important something they should do to make sure that they do not, waste time in dealing with terrorists. Because if we do not take a decisive action individually, because so many government are complicit, they are already corrupt. If we do not take action individually, before we know, from now to next 50 years, our children will forget our different faiths and what we have been through. So this is what is trending, and I think it's important we discuss this matter today. And from News Post, when they were doing the street interview, a lot of people were saying what is very important. Let's listen to the street interview from the News Post.
Yes. No, because that's a Muslim ticket. That's the position of the Muslim ticket. That's one thing you shouldn't understand. And anybody that is telling you that it was purely a Shettima thing, no, Tinubu is also involved. Because you cannot tell me that you're going to where you will have over 200 sophisticated men sitting in a particular building, top diplomats, renowned Democrats, tested and trusted all over the world. People who have proved themselves in different cadre of human endeavor, gathering to brainstorm on how to keep the whole world peace. And you are telling me that Shettima is not prepared, wasn't prepared. He was quoted out of context. Tinubu is not aware of what he's going there to do. He couldn't have made that kind of statement. He has become a threat to humanity, to Nigeria. No, he was aware. He was consciously aware, written and stamped. But the consequences of what they did is what they don't know. When Hamas invaded Israel on October 7, I can tell you clearly, the people that refused to resisted that invasion were Israeli soldiers. They took their lives. Bros, they never see anything. 217 Hezbollah leaders went down in less than 24 hours. And Israel could not to say they are not. Bro, you know what it means? Shettima not feed Nigeria. You don't have technology to feed Nigeria. You don't have anything. You got to talk to Israel. You don't put yourself on one chance now. Israel on that. It took Israel 40 years. Remember, the current prime minister of Israel was once UN representative of Israel. Today, he's the prime minister. Do you know what he told UN? You are not representing a free world. I watch you people on social media, on TV, ranting what you don't know. Shame, he said, he made it. Shame. Yes, he said, shame on United Nations that Israel is prepared to stand alone to defend the free world. Bros, when you see a president talking, bros, I decided not to go. I said I'm not going to eat anything. Not that Benjamin did anything extraordinary, but because he represents a free world in a wicked and organized gang called United Nations that has kept Biafra down till this moment. They have pretended as if they don't know what happened in Wuhan in China until Chinese government through the advice of the WHO, who happens to be an Ethiopian in charge of that organization at that time, they exported COVID-19 to America. The same United Nations. It's the same, under the same United Nations, they have blamed Israel 200 times and blamed other countries less than 50, 70 times. Israel, we are watching. Israel, we are.
Who is Israel fighting against?
Israel is fighting those who are against a free world. Israel is defending the free world. Israel represents the free world. The conquest of Israel will bring doom to the entire global world. Israel is standing against that.
They don't have a name or a nomenclature?
Yes, the perspective of it is who planted Palestine in Israel? Are they the indigenous people of Israel? Look at that scenario. Was the same thing they did to Nigeria. Who planted Nigeria on Biafra? Bros, I'm telling you to go and do your verification very well. You will know that Nigeria was deliberately planted on Biafra. Then those who planted Palestine bred terrorism.
My guess will be the West.
That's what I'm telling you. Make your findings yourself. Those who planted Palestine in Israel bred terrorism. And that it has spread because it has a spheral effect. It has multiplied because it was not curtailed. It was it caused a threat to the free world. And for you to come from a destination that is aligned with divinity, it becomes questionable. Bro, look at Benjamin Netanyahu himself stepping into the United Nations Organization General Assembly, confidently say, I wouldn't have come. You dare not stop me from talking here because I was once an ambassador here. But I'm here to tell the likes of Antonio Guterres that you are not representing the free world. And he brought out 2 papers and said, those who are for this side should go, and those who are for this side should go. Choose in peace. It's that simple. How can you stay in your country and every day you keep on launching missiles? Creating, why don't you launch that missile in your own land? Why is it that Israel is the target? Those who made Israel the target are those who Israel is mentioning and looking for and are killing them.
Is Israel up to the task?
200 million times, 500 million times equal to the task. Bros, the best, if I have not seen the first, conquest of guerrilla warfare, I saw it in Gaza. No America, no Britain, no England, no nothing, just pure IDF. I'm telling you to go and make your findings very well. Purely IDF. What happened? With over 4,000 tunnels under Israeli, that as I'm talking to you, Israel has successfully closed down those tunnels. Some of them, they have to pump water inside them to smoke out. You know how many, you know what? They are taking 4,000, ballistic missiles on daily basis. Which country stands that? Israel has faced over 4,000 wars since the inception of the country of Israel. 4,000 pieces of war threat. Today, the last one was in 1948 under Adolf Hitler, when over 6 million Jews were murdered in a gas chamber. That day, and after that day, a few years after, a Jewish scientist called Chen Weizmann, started Zionism in Russia. That Zionism he started today is what gave Israel the physical presence they are today, where they are today. All they are saying is enough is enough. He told America, he mentioned 3 countries. That's why I'm telling you that, Biafra is on the right side. The agitation of Biafra, the black man liberation, is on the right side. He mentioned Britain, he mentioned America, and he mentioned France. I'm talking about Benjamin yesterday.
There was referring to them.
He said America first, Britain, Israel. That's 3 countries. There was no Britain there because he knew that it was Britain that planted Palestine in Israeli land, the way they planted Nigeria in Biafran land.
America, France, and Israel.
Yes, they represent the free world now. He also made reference to Germany, even though that Germany have repented and the repentance accepted by the Israeli government for the consequences of what Adolf Hitler did to the Jews. Today, they are telling Americans to... They are telling France. He said, the only nation Saudi Arabia will respect themselves. That if anybody rise against Israel, the consequences of it will be 200 times more than what happened in Madagascar in Japan.
He threatened Iran.
Bro, are they not seeing? Are Iran not seeing? Let the sophisticated... See, with the way they are going, Iran is going to be the target at the end of the day. And he has been warning America because these things were being caused by Barack Obama, Joe Biden, and other elements of against Israel by empowering Hamas in Gaza, giving aid to them. They are using it to build over 4,000 bunkers, both in where children are living, in primary school, in kindergarten, in hospital, in where they are.
All right, that was an interview from the News Post YouTube channel. What I want to ask, and I want an answer, I want someone to, give me an answer to this question. Why is it that if something is happening in Lebanon, if a bomb just happened in Gaza, 12 people died. I'm not saying 12 people are not human beings. They are not supposed to die. Normally, all those things are not supposed to happen. But immediately 12 people die, 3 people die, 15 people die, they will call United Nations security meeting. Are you kidding me? But last year, December, about 150 people died in Nigeria, where terrorists came and ambushed them. There is no UN security summit. Why are they discussing Gaza, Lebanon, all this rubbish in the United Nations? Nobody is discussing about people who are dying recklessly in Nigeria and in Africa. When are we going to learn? When are we going to, wisen up, we Africans? What are we doing in the United Nations? What are we doing there? This United Nations is not for us. This United Nations was, set up by the same Britain and France who has kept us in bondage. Now, this guy is saying something that is very important. He is saying that, look at, this Britain, they are still the same people who brought all these things into Africa. They are the one who amalgamated Nigeria into different, amalgamated different entities into one country. They planted the Palestine, this place that the people of Israel are fighting for today. Now, they changed the story, they changed the narrative. Listen to me. The place the Palestinians are today, they said they are the owner of the land that Israel killed. Israel later came back and they accepted them. That is a false narrative. Thousands of years before Christ exists, that place is an eternal land of the people of Israel. Before the defeat, right? Check your histories right from time. But at the time, they fought a war because Israel has been on war right from ages. They fought a war and these people were chased out of their own ancestral land. They scattered all over the world. And for those of you who are Christians, when you are reading history, Bible is one of the older history on earth today. When you are reading Bible, you will see how they scattered all over the earth and how their God promised them that he will still return them back. Now, what I'm trying to say in this video is that all these things that is going on, it was, it started when the Britain planted Palestine on where supposed not to be their land, and they claimed that that place is their land. So when Israel returned back, Israel said, no, it's not going to happen. Here is our land, and we'll defend it with everything we have. So let's have some contacts. Don't forget that you can reach us through call on this number on the screen, and also you can join us on live through the link there. Let's have our first contact. Hello.
Okocha?
Okay, I can hear you. I think the network is from my side before.
Yes, how are you?
I'm fine. Good afternoon, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, I'm always, joining, but most time I don't call. I enjoy your program. I appreciate your bravery and your honesty and straightforward, opinions and stipulations. So I am Isaac, and I am very, very proud of being my brother.
Thank you so much. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Cambodia.
All right. Okay, I want to ask you some questions. I don't know if you will be comfortable with those questions. And what we are talking about is the issue of terrorism in the world. I said that Africans should copy the Israel, their pattern of dealing with insecurity. So what Israel normally do, you cannot come and terrorize them and go free with it. And upon that, I am saying that in the United Nations, in their Security Council, or in their place where they do what they do, if there is anybody who lost their life in Gaza, in Lebanon, in Yemen, they will just summon a security meeting. But if people are dying in Nigeria, if people are dying in Africa, they don't summon the UN security meeting. Is it because we Africans are less humans? Or what are we doing in the UN, as Africans, if they are not going to treat us equally? Because anytime Israel throw bomb at people who are terrorizing them, they will just call UN security meeting. Then what happens when the insecurity in Africa is killing hundreds upon hundreds of people? Are you there? All right.
First of all, I think you know the answer to that already. You know the answer to that already. Because
maybe I don't know.
First of all, Africa is just second-class humans.
And who says so?
And they have made, because Africa have made itself or herself second-class human.
Okay.
By any classification. So most of us who are learned or who have traveled and like you, we keep on trying to protect our image. But it's like protecting something that is bad. Because when you look at any way to make Africa say we are human like you fail. Africa fail. There is nothing in Africa that can make any African be proud of being African. Come outside. Do you know that Cambodia is neighboring Thailand and China and Vietnam and so on. And this, like China, look at how short can you imagine if black people are short like Chinese? People will be stepping on their foot, on their heads. But they get, even in America, as a matter of fact, I'm a graduate of Texas Southern University. I schooled in USA. I lived in USA actually. I left there on my own because of discrimination and frustration. I left US on my own. And my family, so the thing is, why I said I schooled in, telling you about USA is that in 1981, when I went to USA, Chinese people were called chonchom in USA.
Okay.
They are called chonchom. and they are used like toilet paper, just like we use, Fulani, Hausa people washing clothes and shining shoes and cutting nails. That's who Chinese are in US. But today, they are when you come to the USA, you come to China, in America, you don't mess with Chinese now, all over the world. Here in Cambodia, they are second to United States. Their citizens are respected because of who the government of China is and where they are today. So the reason, why I say that, we are second is that, look, you're talking about people who are aware that your leaders are bringing billions of dollars in their country. Every government of Western country knows what the Nigerian and African politicians are doing, because they are transparent in their countries. They know that the Nigerian government politicians are bringing money into their country. They know, it's like, that your friend is, is a thief. Yeah. And your friend knows that is a thief and is coming to you. No matter how rich he is, when he comes to you, he knows that you know who he is. He will not brag his head because he's side. So Africans are, Africa. Now, let me talk about Nigeria in particular, because I kind of complimented you, commended you for your bravery. But Brother Okocha, just like I told friends of mine almost 20 years ago, Nigeria can never be revived.
What is your reason?
Somebody like you, I know you meant well. I think you should, I don't know how to say it, because you are very, very determined in doing whatever it takes. But the problem I see in your effort is that one thing is to look at effort. Another thing is how much can your effort yield. It's like you now pushing a trailer because the trailer is about to roll to kill people, and you don't want the trailer to kill people, so you are pushing the trailer. How can you push a trailer? That is what Nigerian analogy is. Now, anything, in the Yoruba people, I love Yoruba people. My best friend in USA, in fact, when he came to Nigeria, he stayed in my home in Lagos, even though he's from a family in Lagos. That's how close we are. But Yoruba people, many people always think about Northern and Fulani. Yoruba people are Nigerian problem. Because the Northern people, the Fulani, they know what they want. And what they want is to take over Nigeria. No if, no buts. You guys are making effort to make Nigeria good. But the Fulanis are making efforts to take over Nigeria. They are not with you. They can never be with you. And anytime Fulani or not is not with you, there is nothing you can do. Period. The only time that can be changed is Yoruba have to make a decision. Because Fulani has made a decision. They know what they want. Igbos or Biafrans, Biafrans have made their decision. Biafrans know what they want. Our problem is Yoruba people.
Okay, what you are saying, are you saying it from what they told you, or you are saying it from your own personal conviction?
I'm saying it from my own personal conviction, because the reason why I'm telling you that Yoruba people are our problem is that if Yoruba people make a decision today and stand by it, that enough is enough in Nigeria.
Okay. Here I come with another question for you.
Let me give you an example. When they opened the Omoteku and the Nigerian government of Fulani wanted to fight, Nnamdi Kanu promised Omoteku, through this guy that's released. Igbo people will support the ESN, will support you to fight Fulani in the West. So, can you...
I want to ask you a question.
No.
I want to ask you another question.
Let me learn, yeah? My point is this. Nigeria cannot be good because if the East want to separate, Yoruba want to separate and want to remain in Nigeria. Fulani want to take over Nigeria. So
all right, let me ask you a question.
Different directions.
Let me ask you a question, sir.
Yes.
Let me use Southeast, for example, to you. In Igbo land, I mean the Southeast states, there are quite much number of people who do not subscribe that they should have their own separate state. And these are politicians, friends to politicians, businessmen and women who have built businesses from across the country. These people want Nigeria to remain like this. And there are some people as well, a very large number of them, who want how they wish the country will divide so that they will have their own separate state. And this is also applicable to the people from the Southwest, because I can tell you that Yoruba people still have a group or groups of people who are still agitating that Yoruba people should have their own separate states. I don't know whether you are getting me. So, in this situation, okay, in this situation now, you cannot say that, you can't say Yoruba people don't know what they want, because it's the same thing with Igbos. Some are for this, some are against this. So I think it's the same thing. What is happening in Yoruba is what is happening in Igbo land. What is your take on that?
Yes, my take on that is that, believe me, any Igbo man, business or a big billionaire who have investments around Nigeria telling you they don't want Biafra is what you call political correct statements. In the spirit of every Igbo man, they want Biafra. But they can tell you, oh, we have Igbo. So the people like what is Kanu, they will tell you that they have Igbo investments. Those Kanu will not come and tell you about Biafra. He wants to, be the president. So that, so the reason why you cannot compare Yoruba agitation and the Biafran agitation is that if, for example, Omoteku, or, let's say ODC, if they declare sit at home in Yoruba land, nobody, at least maybe 1/3 of Yoruba people will sit at home. Otherwise, I bet you, there will be no any kind of effect of that sit at home. But if you say sit at home in Igbo land, 90% of people will sit at home. What does that tell you? So that is one point. Another thing is this. You have to realize that why is it like when Nnamdi was on and active, then this Igbo came on. Then as soon as they arrest Nnamdi, there is the agitation. So anytime they think that Biafra is about to be realized, you will see Yoruba become active. The truth is, the truth is this: Yoruba people have not made up their mind, believe you me. Because if they make up their mind, like you're talking about, they have Yoruba agitation. Look at even this Akintoye criticize, Yoruba nation when they declare Ududua. How can you do that if you really want Yoruba nation? So,
but he's fighting. He's also agitating to have Yoruba nation.
But when it comes to taking action, he never take action.
Maybe he have his own way of doing that.
That is what I'm telling you, that they're being political correct. They know what they are doing. But believe me, the truth of the matter is that they have no stand. They are not here, neither here nor here. That is the point. So look at this now. Yoruba people are agitating for restructuring. Southern,
both the Southeast, not only Yoruba people, your own people are still agitating for restructuring.
Yes, you got to be there. That's my point. So my point is this: how can there be 2/3 of a nation that want to do something, and that thing cannot be done because of 1/3 of that nation? What does that tell you? Because of 1/3. 2/3 opinion cannot be implemented for years after year, year after year. You say that Yoruba and Igbos, when I say Igbos, I'm talking about our brothers, the Biafran Igbo. I don't care. I have a brother here who is from Abo. I hope he will hear this, my conversation, with you. And he says it's not Igbo. And, his name is, is Igbo name. And he says it's not Igbo, but his father speaks Igbo. His mother speaks Igbo. His father's name is Igbo. His mother's name is Igbo. So my point is this, let's not just say Southeast. I want to say South. So the Southeast wants, restructuring. Yoruba, like you said, so you supporting that they also want. Then why can't we have it? It's because Yoruba is not, straightforward. Because if they are, the Igbo people are ready to lead the operation. Can they follow Igbo? No, Igbo cannot count on them.
If you are saying this, sir, if you are saying Igbo people, know the people you are talking about, because there is a current research I am doing right now. It is true that a lot of people want to separate, want to have a separate state. A lot of people are buying the idea. But it is also true that a lot of people don't even know about what is going on. They are not aware of all these things we are talking. I'm doing my research. So a lot of people don't even know the aim of all this Biafra agitation. And these people are not people from the core Southeast. So I think there should be more sensitization, and the stakeholders should be carried along. It's just my opinion.
Yes, I respect your opinion, Brother Okocha, but one of the reasons why I love Nnamdi Kanu was that he came as a God sent. When Nnamdi Kanu came, why I started loving him was that the first thing he did was trying to make sure that, in fact, they tried to give him to the world by asking him who are the Biafrans. And he made it, authoritatively, clear that any place where women wear two-piece wrapper, they are Biafrans. Now, when you come to say that some people don't know, now they can went to the kings. If in this, in our brothers and sisters, Delta and River, he met with the kings in different communities. He met with them. Believe me, I saw the videos when he was, traveling to our brothers So, and another thing I should tell you that you don't believe them. Like I told you, this brother from Abo saying that he's not Igbo, but Chukwuma and Sowore is from Obanamo, and the Tubes from Obanamo are saying they are not Igbos. You know that if Igbo people are not who they are, who know who their brothers are, they would have, said these people are not our brother, they are not Igbo. But we refuse to see our brother. They are our brother. Who Igbo people are persecuted. The people from his area are saying they are not Igbo. But the Fulani knows you are Igbo. So they know. Believe me, they know that, they know, anybody tell you they don't know about Biafra. Where it was that, I was in primary school, maybe no, I think I was in kindergarten, maybe 5 years, when the Biafra war. But I heard about that to say, is it from Abia Nambra? So anybody from that our area, our brothers and sisters, my uncle, used to live Obashu. He was farming there. So, we are Igbos. Any Igbo man or Igbo woman that say don't know about Biafra, are you not seeing the persecution? How many people have become vice presidents, in our brothers area like Obashu? How many person has become the chief of ministry staff? That the marginalization, they know that these are Igbos. All of us are being marginalized. So how can they say they don't know? They know. Because any Igbo treatment received, they are receiving it. We are the same to them, and they know. So the point is that the reason why I'm making this point is that so that you can, be calculative in talking about making Nigeria like this a protest or revolution or whatever. It cannot work because Yorubas are not, they haven't made up their mind.
It's all right. It's all right.
They haven't, not that they don't have good people in Europe. Mayeku, for example, sometimes just like when I'm listening to you, the feeling I got listening to you is almost the feeling I got listening to Mayeku or brother Delero to me. There are the brother, the chief and the chief, Adabayo. So the thing is that there are people in Europe, but Europe as a whole have not made up their mind. And you should know that this was one of the reasons we are suffering today. Because if Europe has made up their mind during the Biafran war, the war would have not turned out like this, and all of us will not be where we are today. So as far as Yoruba is not the CC to say enough of Nigeria, just like anybody can tell you, Igbo people have already, believe me, Igbo people have already declared Biafra, whether they like it or not. We don't see ourselves. Here in Cambodia, when I introduce myself, I tell them I'm from Biafra. And when somebody call me in Nigeria, I say, it hurts me.
It's all right. It's all right, sir. We have to receive another conduct.
Yeah, so I want you to know, as you move on, to know that no revolution can take place. Because look at, we are talking about revolution. A Yoruba man is the president.
How does it concern what we are saying? How does it concern what we are saying? If you are condemning Yoruba, as if your people are not politicians.
No. Believe me, Igbo people will be the first person to criticize their politician. I'm not telling you that our politician is good. And when I call Yoruba,
don't you see what Wike is doing? Don't you see what Wike is doing in Nigeria? If Wike is Hausa man or Yoruba man, if Wike is not an Igbo man, I think you're supposed to be saying, look at what Yoruba people are doing as well. So for me, both the Igbos, both the Hausas, both the Yorubas, we are all, guilty of this.
Yes, Okocha. When I say Yoruba, I want you to understand, I love Yoruba people. I'm talking to them as my brother. It's like, you have a family, I have a family. In my family, I have a brother that I criticize like this. So my point is that our brother is, they should make up. I'm not saying, when I say they are the reason, I didn't say that.
I understand. Yeah, I understand what you said. We have exhausted your time.
Brother, can't you see we need to be together? Can't you see we have to be together and fight these people? We cannot fight them by one, three-port as...
Is there anything those people are doing that your people are not doing? Is there anything those people are doing that your people are not doing?
Of course, many things now.
E.g.
Many things.
E.g.
Okay, for example, the Nigerian states that we all, like, you are making great efforts to rebuild or to revive. You understand? Igbo people have met Buhari. Igbo people have met Buhari for restructuring.
Okay.
Igbo people, I think Edwin Clark at one time, Igbo governors, people like president, they have met Buhari. They met Goodluck. When Goodluck was the president, he made a mistake. Goodluck made a mistake.
Is Bende not an Igbo man? When he was president, what did he do?
That is what I'm telling you. That Goodluck was confused.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to establish, the fact I'm trying to establish here is that both the Igbos, both the Yorubas, both the Hausas, they are guilty of what you are saying. However, we the oppressed, I think we are on the right track by demanding what is just. A lot of Yorubas are also agitating to separate from this entity. So when you are saying Yorubas, it seems you are generalizing and it's not going to be fair to them. So that is why I try to...
I got you, but I want you to understand my point. Because I think...
I understand your point. Majority of Igbos are the problem why Nigeria still won today. Are you doubting it?
No, they are not. Igbo has no...
They are. Let me tell you, they are. Let me tell you. You see, like, for example, let me give you an example of the detention of Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes.
The only reason why these people are scared is because they said, when we release this man, we can't control him. And the whole people who, what is it called? This thing, they banned IPOB. The whole people who gathered to ban IPOB and name them a terrorist organization, they are Igbos. It's not Buhari. I have the videos, the day they did it, Omar Hiobi are not them. They did this thing together. Since Nnamdi Kanu's detention, have you ever seen these people, the same people who did this, saying they should release Nnamdi Kanu? They have never said that. So they know what they did, they know what they are doing. So these same people went to United Nations and tell them that never will they subscribe to Biafra. These are Igbo leaders, not Yoruba leaders. You understand?
Okay, so now you were talking about Biafra. It's a long issue to discuss. But if I can telegraphically or briefly, give you a report on that, I will tell you that these people you call Igbo leaders are not Igbo leaders. They are planning imposed individuals.
Okay.
They are imposed.
Okay.
And each of them had skeleton. They have,
okay, we are going to discuss this now. I will schedule interview with you. I will schedule interview with you. You will come to the stream so that we'll discuss this thing. Will you be a chance this evening?
Yes.
Okay.
And before we end this, please, I want to, make myself clear. I want to clarify my statement to my European brothers and sisters. And when I say they are the problem, there is difference between somebody being a problem as you cause the problem, or you are the reason why the problem exists. Yoruba did not cause the problem. We know who is causing problem in Nigeria, and those are Fulanis. I have to be honest with you. But my point, the Yorubas, is that if they decide for Nigeria to divide, as if, I know that there are politicians in Igbo land, like you say, who are also saboteurs. But majority of Igbo, if majority of Yoruba stand, in fact, by now, as Tinubu is the president, you will expect Yoruba elders and, and Afenifere, for example, to meet, Buhari, Tinubu in the Asoro to tell him, what are you doing? We're supposed to see a kind of, meeting between Yoruba elders and the Tinubu. You understand? So my point is, I don't want you to think that I'm saying the Yoruba is causing problem in Nigeria. No, I am saying that they can help to end the problem.
It's all right.
For Yoruba and Igbos to unite. That is all I'm saying.
It's all right.
Yes.
It's all right. Thank you for your opinion. Okay. I will schedule an interview for us to iron this thing out, because I do not totally believe everything you said, but I believe most of the things you said. So I really appreciate your opinion. I think we can, iron it out this evening.
Yes.
All right. Have a nice day.
We discuss so that you will know the origin.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, sir.
The genesis of our problem.
Okay.
And most of this.
All right, let's have another caller. Hello, sir.
Hello, Mr. Okocha. Good afternoon. This is Chris. I'm calling from London.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, so I said let me contribute because it's a discussion we are having. So it's good to continue to have the discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you are with us. Talk to us.
Yeah, so as the brother was saying, I can understand his point, and he meant well. He's speaking from his heart. So I came in not too long ago. I met him, commented, but the thing is that the entire Biafra, like outside of the mainland Biafra, which is the east or 5 as they call it, is way more like known. The Biafra actualization is way more pronounced there, and there's a reason for that. But like on our side, the Anyomas and the Bankis and Okwa and all these people, I have some of them in Europe here who are fed up of Nigeria. They will do anything for Biafra to come. But the thing is, there are some back home there who don't know about it. Yeah, and that is also because it's not very public. Again, that is what we discussed. I think it was yesterday that the evangelism or the crusade for Biafra actualization is not very public because, and you know why? Because now, of course, Nigeria, if you talk something about disintegration or division, they will come after you, they will kill you, they will do that. So we understand that even the restructuring safe alone, I can almost certainly guarantee you, Okocha, that nobody's gonna give you restructuring. Okay, restructuring, the Yorubas and the Igbos, the South, they've been talking about restructuring for decades, not just 1 decade, decades. But those that own Nigeria or that runs it on behalf of the British, they've told you categorically in a very clear term that, in fact, Shetima said restructuring my food, and you are aware of that. So these are people they will never agree because they have an agenda. And the agenda is that Nigeria has become an Islamic state. Anybody who doesn't know that is deceiving him or herself. And let me tell you, can you hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the only of all the regions in Nigeria, there's only one region that they've not captured, and that is the Igbo land. It's as simple as that. And from time immemorial to this day, they are still pushing that if they can penetrate, if they can infiltrate Igbo land, the job is done. They are coming with so many ways. This one party system they are pushing is part of the agenda. If they can take all the states, then Nigeria becomes clear-cut, totally Islamized country, becomes way more easier. And that is what Tinubu, they are all championing. The Abdul Salami, all of them, they are championing. They just took a door now. In a very kuro, everybody was there watching. All we do is talk. At the end of the day, they will do what they will do. They've captured Edo. They go to the next maybe Edo, the next maybe Ondo, then Anambra. This is so. Let me say this that we are not naive. We know the game the Fulanis are playing, and we know that there is international conspiracy to it, to an extent, because they want Nigeria to become an Islamic country. Then the Fulanis from the entire Sahel region who are marauding around, they want them to come and settle in Nigeria. Like Buhari started it, he opened the border and they all flooded in, and nobody, because the Nigerian people are so cowardice, you can't even imagine the level of cowardice that they cannot stand up against Buhari. You are allowing foreigners just because they are Fulani extraction, you allow them into the country. And everybody is so cowardly and fearful, pretend as if they don't know that is treason. Buhari engaged in treason and nobody could speak. No politician from Yoruba, from Igbo, from anywhere could speak to Buhari committing treason. But the Kanus of this one, the Sowores who are not engaged in treason but speaking truth, they accuse them of treason. The first job of a president anywhere in the world is protection of life and property. Buhari did not do any of those. Rather, he opened the border and Fulani terrorists from the Sahel, they come in, they slaughter people, dislodge them, send them to IDP camp. And when they complain, he told the people to go and live in peace with their killers. Jesus Christ. Now, let me tell you that. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me tell you what is going to happen and what is happening now, because the push to capture Igbo land, they have never stopped. It's the only region that has prevented them from dipping the Quran into the Atlantic. That is what that is the mandate that Ahmadu Bello gave to these Fulanis. Now, they've tried so many ways, so many things. It's not working. It hasn't worked so far. What they've just introduced now, you're probably not aware, because you guys are more focused on rebuilding Nigeria or for a new Nigeria. You don't pay close attention to what is happening. Now, as we speak, they are bringing these Fulanis. They say that displace or reach whatever hazard or something happened, so they are bringing them into Imo State to build. I think they probably build like a refugee. They built refugee camp for these Fulanis in Imo State, because you see, that caller was telling you that these people you call stakeholders, Igbo stakeholders or Biafran stakeholders, they will never, first of all, they will never agree for a Biafra, even though they kill all of them. They will never. Why? Because Nigeria is their butter and bread. That is where they eat from. So they will never agree. It's like taking a candy from a child. They will never agree for Biafra to come. But we don't have to depend on them to agree. We will force it. If he has to remain one person, for us, it can be very soon. Every one of you will see it, that will mean business. So these people, they are not, and first of all, they are not Igbo leaders. I'm telling you the gospel truth, because they were imposed. The Fulani hijack, what I call Fulani hijack Nigerian system, imposed this guy on the people as a leader. Uzodinma is one of them, and their Ohanese president. They are all of them is Fulani hijacked Nigerian system. They impose them on the people. One Nyawodo was saying, he said so many things that he's ready to die to keep Biafra. To keep Fulani. So these people, Igbo people don't elect them. None of them, not even Soludo. If you know what is happening in Nigeria, you'll be so amazed. Well, look at what just happened in Edo. It's Edo people. It's not Edo people that put that guy there. It's the same Nigerian Fulani system that put this guy now using Tinubu, because Tinubu, they put Tinubu there. You know, this you do, this you will do, this you won't do. Go there and sit as president. Simple as that. But Nigerian people, either they don't have friend or it's cowardice or whatever it is, I don't know, but they cannot think. The few ones that can think, like Nnamdi, they are being persecuted because they're able to think, are able to stand for their people, because they don't allow their people to be swept away, to be wiped away. Just like Netanyahu now. The whole world is calling him so many things, but the man is standing for his people as against terrorists who have sworn that they will wipe them out. What is the man supposed to do? Fall down and make peace with them while they slaughter them? It's not going to work. So my point is this. We are going to declare Biafra, and one by one, I'm not supposed to be saying it, but anyway, I will say it because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter now. We begin to reclaim our land slowly but surely, block by block. So it doesn't matter who is going down in the process. Who will go down, they will go down. But so all those ones who you say the stakeholders, eventually we will force it upon them. Referendum will have to happen. So when referendum happens, those who say they don't want Biafra or they want Nigeria, everybody will have to vote in a very clear and open system. One man, one vote. So at the end of the day, the one that win will carry the day. It's as simple as that. The unfortunate thing is that, like you said, the Biafrans, like coastal region Biafra or some of the Adioma Biafra and stuff like that, they are not not everybody is aware. Why? Because again, like I said even yesterday, the Nigerian system does not allow it. But in a civilized, normal country, normal system, people will be on the ground preaching and having a dialogue, having discussion, so that everybody will be aware, so that when eventual referendum comes, those who want, you can never expect that everybody, every woman, every Biafran will support it. It can never happen. It doesn't happen anywhere. There are those who will want to remain in Nigeria for their own personal reason, maybe because they are benefiting, or maybe they have businesses, because you made mention of Igbo people businessmen who have big businesses all over the place. Yeah, that is true. But we're not going to say because Igbo people have build businesses in Lagos, in the north, everywhere, therefore we remain in a subjugation. No way. Because of that, we remain and we become Islamized. And we will never allow that for us to lose who we are, lose our culture, lose our religion, lose our everything to one a Miam or Sultan will now begin to lord it over us because people have businesses. To hell with their businesses, because freedom is worth more than anything you can think of in this world. So obviously, I hope I don't forget what I wanted to say. So obviously, my brother, the thing is, it will happen, and we will force it upon them. We begin to defend our land. They will come to kill us, and we will kill them because we have capacity now. They've killed us enough, more than enough. So if Shetima can go to United Nations and tell them that freedom and independence is a God-given right, that you cannot deny any people, so why would they continue? Why would they think that they will have to continue to force us into Nigeria?
That is, yeah, I did not cut you short. That was what I was saying before you came in. I was saying that, for example, what is going on in the Middle East right now, the conflict between the Israel and some terrorist organizations in Gaza, in Lebanon, in Yemen, and so on and so forth. Anytime they throw bomb at Israel, Israel will use the Iron Dome to intercept it. Israel will throw back. Even though 12 people died, they will summon United Nations Security meeting. And I'm asking a lot of questions like, in Nigeria, who are summoning United Nations in United Nations Security Council because of people who are dying in Nigeria? Are we second-class citizens, or what are we doing in this so-called United Nations that don't pay attention to what is going from around Africa, but they are quick to respond to terrorists who are dying in the Southeast, in the Middle East? So that is the problem.
Well, if Okocha, my brother, if you remember that Nnamdi Kanu, in this last court meeting, he said that this conspiracy, almost a global conspiracy against Igbo. You see, when he said that word, it's unequivocal, it's very straightforward. There's no missing word about it, because the level, I have some videos, I don't know if you have, I will find time to send you some videos where Nigerian military, they were in some in Imo, some in Anambra, different places. They will open randomly, shooting at people, burning houses. United Nations will not speak about it. You will see where they massacre Igbo youth, dump them in the river. They will not talk about it. But when Israel stand up to defend themselves, you see United Nations summoning this, summoning that. You begin to ask yourself, what is going on? Because even at that United Nations, the Fulani have somebody, there's a woman there, and also in AU, who, when anything comes, complaining about Biafra massacre or whatever, they just shove it under the carpet. They have people planted over there, because the big picture is that there are some Islamic countries who are sponsoring it to make Nigeria an Islamic country and to move from there to other neighboring places. It's a bigger picture that most people don't understand. But Ali Igbo would never give into that. No way. People, this thing, when we talk, people don't seem to understand it. People can never, and there's a reason why they've not been able to capture Ali Igbo. I'm telling you the gospel truth. They've captured everywhere. You see, Yoruba, long time ago, because first of all, it's even divided. Yoruba is like 50-50 Christian Muslim. And apart from that, there are some states they've taken over, plant their emirs there and stuff like that. So, like for example, Tinubu, okay. So you see, these are part of the agenda, but it's only Igbo land they've not been able to conquer, but they've been working so hard by planting people like Ozodema, sponsoring people to go to Hajj, and you're getting people like Asari Dokubo and the rest of them. It's a long time. You know what they say? They say, you have the clock, they have the time. They are very meticulous in what they are doing. It's all about Islam. Nothing comes close. So what I'm telling you, my dear brother, is that it doesn't matter who wants to be repealed. Well, they talk about revolution. Who is going? Where? Probably tomorrow, then they'll do revolution. Where? In Nigeria. It's just a question of, well, thank God, if they do it, glory be to God. But I don't know. If they need to, there's nothing, because they already knew. Even the British has already told the government that this is what is going to happen. So they already prepare yourself down. So the only way is this violent, well, okay, let's just say, violent revolution is not going to happen, or if it happens, I don't know. But when we declare Biafra, then the rating starts. And eventually, referendum will have to be forced upon them, because we will put everything on the line. We will never accept to remain
Islamized. No way that is going to happen. Even though former British Prime Minister David Cameron, he pronounced it like late last year. You know, he said that Nigeria is an Islamic country. Everybody hear it. The politicians, the bishops, the pastors, the prophets, they all hear it, but they will pretend like they don't know. But the significance of it alone is telling. But everybody will pretend as if they don't know. Because first of all, if some of these people you call pastors, like the Adeboyes, and these people are not even Christians. I'm sorry, but I have to say, some of these people are not Christians. Some of them are even Muslims who see that Christianity is an easier venue to become millionaires and billionaires. Some of them originally are Muslims who has been long captured and converted by the Fulanis. You know, even in Lorry, Kwara, all these places, they've all captured it. Some of them, again, they buy into the one religion system. Some of these pastors, like Adeboye, they've all buy into one religion system that is sweeping across. You know, so it's a big picture. This thing is bigger than you can ever imagine. But at the end of the day, what happened is that if anything, Arrival is a land that God will never allow you. You continue to raise men. As they take one out, another one come. As they take one, because it's a special place. People don't know, you know. So my dear brother, why, like I said, there's need to evangelize, let the Biafrans to know, but the Nigerian system does not permit that. So we'll try what we can. Because if I'm there now, going from town to town, from Abo to Munede to Kwale to Ogwashu, Kwapanam, all these places, even preaching to the people, letting them to know, you will be surprised that you'll be taken out. That's for sure. Of course. Just remember, look at the last court case. Hello?
I'm with you. Just try to run down.
The last court case that Nnamdi Kanu had, that word that Nnamdi Kanu said, when he said that he's fighting for the freedom of his people.
Yeah.
And that he dropped the Nyako, you know, he fired the Nyako more or less. Because of that, the DSS did not allow his lawyers, Ejimaka and the rest of them, they deprived them, they did not let them to go and visit Nnamdi Kanu. Just for a mere word, that Nnamdi Kanu uttered. That's a country. So you see what I mean, that if you are there, try to, because like I said, when it happened in Sudan, a referendum, when it happened in Britain, when it happened in so many places, people are there on the ground preaching for and against. That's how it's done. But Nigeria, they don't want that, because they believe that, first of all, the Fulanis, the Islamization has to happen, whether you like it or not. And with a gun, they have the gun, everything, they will force you into it. Well, they will not know peace, because if there's any country that doesn't know peace, will never have no progress. So anybody saying Nigeria will progress, you are wasting your time, because without peace, you cannot progress. And if you help people down with a gun on their head, say they must be Nigeria, and they will continue to trouble you. So therefore, there's not going to be peace. Thank you, my brother. God bless and have a nice day.
All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time and contribution.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Your name and where you are calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from South Africa. My name is Corey Kate. How are you?
Fine. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I've been trying to reach you a long time, but I couldn't get to you,
Thank God we are talking together today.
Yeah, happy birthday. Because I heard you have a birthday.
Yeah. In arrears. Yesterday was the birthday. Thank you so much for wishing me a happy birthday.
Yeah. Take care. May God give you more years.
Amen.
Yeah, Okocha, you are doing a great job. But I want you to continue to doing the job you are doing. But the one thing I want our people to know is what is happening in Nigeria. And many our people, those who see, like this our brother who speak last, he speak I continue hearing his voice. Not the first time I've called you, but he exactly know what is happening in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Because people doesn't know what is coming for them. Because if you check what is happening now, many people around the people who call themselves South people, they don't know the major work the Igbo people are doing for them, but they don't know. They don't know at all. Like people from Riverine area, some of them doesn't know the important work the Igbo people are doing for them. They are busy fighting each other. But I know that it's in it's in our DNA, a black people to fight each other. It's like that because white people doesn't fight each other. And the reason why they conquer us, to conquer us, to put us into slave, is because they know that we love to fight each other. That is the reason why they succeed. And that is the reason why we, the black people, still remain slave today. That is the problem, the major problem we have. Because now, they don't know the agenda of Fulani. Look at Nwike. I want to give you an example. The reason why Nwike is denying that he's not from Igbo, it's not because he knows he's from Igbo, but the reason why he's denying because secret constitution Nigeria have in Asorok that no Igbo man will rule Nigeria. And Nwike want to prove them that he's not from Nigeria, from Igbo. That is the reason why between all those things. You know, so but some people, some element, those who doesn't have brain, they follow him and follow Nwike, but they don't know the reason because he's desperate to be Nigerian president, but he doesn't know it's not going to work for him. You know, for that side, I just want to thank you for the work we are doing, but don't allow your like somebody to deceive your conscience because one day man must go down. You know, so our people are still blind. They don't know what is coming for them. They don't know what is coming because now people are talking bad about Simon Ekpa, what he's doing. Let me tell you, no, even Israel who is fighting war today, 1984, Israel already captured Lebanon, the same Lebanon. The rabbi told the same prime minister, the rabbi told the Israel prime minister, this is a prime minister that time is the one representing them in the United Nations, that he mustn't withdraw the army in Lebanon, the Beirut. Forget about the pressure of the war, the pressure the whole United Nations going to give you. Never you withdraw the army. So for Israel to have peace, they used because of the pressure and withdraw the army, 1984. Today, they want to correct the mistake they have done for 1984. Now, this week, before this week round up, they are doing New Year on the second to third. They are doing New Year. After that New Year, they will invade Lebanon. Grand operation. And when they enter there, Lebanon will not see freedom again. The land will be seized. That is a plan now. You know, so the Israel prime minister want to correct the mistake they made in 1984. You know, so that we black people are here talking, fighting each other, causing I'm Igbo, I'm not Igbo, I'm South, I'm Yoruba, I'm this. This is, they don't know what is coming. And the people are there in the Sahara, North Africa, bringing the people which they are not even citizens of Nigeria to take over your land. But you are busy fighting your own brother because of oil or this one. Let me tell you, the reserve oil we have in Imo State, no any, apart from Russia, no any country in the world have gas reserve in Imo State. That is why they are fighting them. You know, so the other nation, other neighboring village, they are talking about oil. You want to take our land, you want to take this thing. The only oil in Imo State can freeze the whole entire Biafra. You know, but people are busy thinking Igbo are fighting because of their oil or because of that. No, we are all over the world looking to a way to survive. We don't steal people's property. We don't steal anything. We don't take anything from people. We always do what? Anywhere Igbo do business, we buy the shop, we buy the land. That is our nature. We don't steal. Even in our own land, like if I want the land I have in Delta State, I buy it. I purchase it. I pay everything. We don't steal people's things. Our neighboring brothers, they don't know all those things. They have already been blind. You know, today, to give you an example, today now, what Ojukwu fight for 1967 is the same thing. People are condemning Ojukwu because of what even the people he's fighting for, they condemn him. If assuming what Ojukwu fight for, he succeed, none of all those people who is going abroad to following desert to go abroad, none of them do that because their nation will be okay, their community will be okay. But today they are fighting her, they fought, they condemn Ojukwu. Today, the same thing, they're condemning Nnamdi Kanu. The same thing, Simon Ekpa, they are condemning the people who want to put food on their table. You want to protest. Nigeria is not a place to protest. Nigeria is not a place to protest. The only thing in Nigeria here is a gun. Without a gun, Fulani is like a wild animal. They don't hear anything about protest. It's only gun. You see the word Biafra giving them this thing. If those people who call themselves from South who can rise up the same way our people rise up, not only depend the money to guide the pipeline, rise up with anger, they will surrender. Nigeria will surrender. But the only thing, they are good to fight each other. So that is why the slave remain there. We still remain slaves to them. So, but continue doing your good work. We are here outside the country. We are our duty to sponsor money, to push money for them to buy blood and gun, to fight it. It's time,
do what?
We reach, we will fly down to Nigeria to fight this war. I'm telling you.
But don't you think that this could be achievable without gun and without all those things?
Let me tell you, Okocha. Let me tell you, Nigeria is not a civilized country. It's not like a European country who can come in the table to negotiate. It's after gone. After gone, that is a time you will see them to do what? To submit. It's because of no media during the time of this Biafra Civil War. They no media. Ojukwu never have the plan to start the war. That is the problem. But this time, it's not so. It's not so because we're going to use media to defeat them in any way. Without war, without a gun, Nigeria will not surrender. Without war, without sharing the blood, Nigeria will not surrender. That country you are seeing. These people doesn't hear anything. These people are terrorists. How can a terrorist? How can you sit down with a terrorist at the table? I want to ask you. A terrorist now, how can you sit down and talk in the table with a terrorist? It's not possible. You know that Tinubu is there by control because you know he didn't win election. That is why protests can never shake him there. You are not the one put him there. If assuming P2B was there and the protest, he can shake because you know people put him there. So all these protests is just wasting time. It's like boiling water in a stove. There's no way all those things going to work. The problem our people lack in Nigeria is because they don't know when they see the truth, they always fight truth. They always love lies. Because all ethnic group need to rise up. All the ethnic group in Nigeria need to rise up. And rise up with a gun to confront Nigerian army left and right. Anywhere. You see the way they don't have it in North. The same way Yoruba is supposed to be doing. Niger Delta, everywhere. Middle belt, all of them will confronting the soldier till they surrender. Now come back to the table and discuss.
The soldiers are not the problem.
You know, without this, you are just wasting time. Bring a flag. Even me, I'm rather to carry gun to fight Nigeria than to protest. If I die, I know I'm fighting Nigeria. But to carry flag to come out.
Who are the Nigeria now? Who are the Nigeria? Who are the Nigeria?
Yeah?
I say, who are the Nigeria? All these, including outside Yoruba Igbos, Edos, Ekijos, Ibibios.
Everybody, because everybody is suffering. Because they are focusing in that oil. Because the problem, let me tell you, Okocha, do you know that if magic can happen now, they tell you to the now me and you is talking now. Maybe after we drop this call, we now hear that all those oil in the Niger Delta is already run out. No oil. Nigeria will divide the next day. Northerner, the same Northerner will push it now. Let's divide, let everybody go. They are there only because of one thing.
Only one thing. That's why Nigeria is not working. Because they love you because of what they get in your land. That is the reason why. There is no other thing. Because one thing our people doesn't know is that when the riot happened in the Kanu or Kaduna, they don't know who is Igbo, who is this. They kill everybody. You know, 1999, when a man was Denmark, the draw Mohammed in Denmark, they kill a lot of Igbo. They don't know whether you are from South or you are from this, you are from that. They kill a lot of people. I lose a friend there. How did the guy die? In toll gate, Kaduna toll gate. They blocked there. Mobile police is there by the corner. But the guy, they came there. The other, they continue speaking Hausa language. You know, the guy didn't reply. They bring him down. I use knife and cut him and put tire there. Burn the guy. The luckily one, the guy who give all the story, because we live in Abuja at that time. The guy who give all that story, he just an Igbo guy, but he speak Hausa very well. That's the only way he escaped it. You know, it's not so. With this kind of people, you're going to live till when? Till when? When do people try to defend you? You find those who defend you because you thought they are coming to take your land, take your this thing. Who in anywhere in this world you hear people just come and take your land? Just take your land for what? Without what risk? You know. So all this thing is till our people connect our pain back. You know, to find who is our problem. You know, we are supporting one Nigeria for no reason.
It's okay, sir. We have exhausted your time. I really appreciate your opinion, and I just wish there could be a way out of all this mess without war, without crisis, yes, without problems.
Let me tell you, the reason why when the time comes, because without there is, you know, they have shared a lot of blood in Biafra land concerning the same issue, you know, which nobody enjoy war. Nobody, even the way I'm speaking it, I don't enjoy it. But these people are wasting human beings for no reason. These people are killing people silently in Nigeria. You know, if these people behave like a country, we are not even me. I don't like even to raise.
It's all right, sir. It's all right, sir.
As a nation.
It's okay.
You know, but the problem is that these people doesn't reason the way you are reasoning. The reason is different. You know, so that is a problem, and there is no way for you to have a freedom without going that part, especially in Africa.
We have heard you, so let's receive another call again.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Hello. I think this should be our last caller, and after we are going to adjourn our broadcast to midnight today. So, hello and good afternoon. Yeah, thanks for joining us. You can off your YouTube there so that we can hear you clearly, because the background will be interrupting you.
Hello, Mr. Okocha. My name is Chidi, calling from South Africa.
Okay, thanks, Chidi. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. I just want to tell you that I love what you're doing, and I appreciate your handwork. I appreciate the way that you're trying to sanitize our people, most especially people from the Southeast. My contribution to this program is whatever that is built on a fraudulent foundation can never stand the test of time. Nigeria as a nation was built under a faulty foundation. And that is why everything is going the way they are going. You know, just imagine Nnamdi Kanu, just because of the statement that they made in the court the other day, is the reason why the DSS refused his lawyers to visit him. Is that not laughable? Is that not laughable? Honestly, I'm sick and tired of the way Nigerian government are dealing with this issue concerning Nnamdi Kanu. They should just release that man. He has no case to answer. Thank you very much. That's my humble contribution.
All right, I really appreciate it. I think you are the last caller. So we have made the point of the concept of this video known. Let's come back at the midnight for another midnight broadcast. All right, thanks everyone for joining us. Please kindly share this broadcast, subscribe to our channel, and always come by for daily updates. We are here for you. There is no going back about that.